How you feel about what Baby said about Turk
What,
at the verses?
Hey man, you know that's their grown man business. I mean, I don't know what going on behind the scenes unless I knew. I just was happy to see those two titans.
Yeah.
Because from being in the South and saying that Atlanta has been running this shit for so long, watching those two brothers and those two labels do what they did between Cash Money, No Limit, Tony Draper with Suave House, Jay Prince with Rap A Lot.
It's my neck of the woods.
Uncle Luke with Luke Skywalker Records. Like, these cats, they set the tone for being independent and running your own shit and not depending on nobody.
Man,
watching them, man, that was.
I got a chance to meet P last year. JT,
very, very smart, brother.
Man, listen, a friend of mine,
he is smart, man.
Jai Trainer, he's like, hey, because we went down to the game to go see Trey Murphy, shout out nephew, and he's like, hey, I got somebody I want you to meet, and we came and it was Master P.
Yeah,
and we was talking about
if
real
you
estate.
ever talk, hey man,
that's all we talk was real estate.
Hey man,
all we talk.
Master P, probably talking real estate. He's go by Percy.
Yeah, for sure.
Percy is that's a smart dude, man.
And they be hating so much. I be like, bro, y'all just want to.
Who is they? Who
like
hate?
social media sometimes.
But
like,
that's social media's job, like, man. That's what
y'all
people
need to stop.
That's the job of social media, man. I saw how people hated on me with this whole NBA YoungBoy thing when I came.
We're gonna talk about that. Don't you go there yet.
I was reading some of the comments and I was like, yeah, dog, boy, especially with black people, it don't matter what you do, they gonna have something negative to say.
You guilty till proven guilty,
bro.
That's
a great.
Whether you innocent or not don't matter,
bro.
You guilty till proven guilty. Once it's out there, it's done.
My dad used to say, you can give a black person a job making $1 million a year, tasting pies at a pie tasting factory, and they gonna be mad and find something to complain about. You're making $1 million tasting pies all day, and they gonna be mad about something.
Yeah.
They gonna find something to hate on.
I used to tell people all the time, I can give you $1 million a day. Eventually, you're gonna want 1,000,001.
Boy,
you're gonna want 1,000,001.
It's a disease in our community.
Yeah,
it's really a disease.
Let's talk about that though, because you got and I text you after. I'm like, how the hell you get the backlash? Like you did something wrong. You were thrust into that,
literally and figuratively.
You were thrust into that, and you took all of the blame.
All the blame. I was just going through social media for about 2-3 days, reading some of the comments and even some of the DMs I got. Like people was talking real sideways, man. Same stuff they probably want to say in person.
Yeah.
But people was talking real sideways.
So where was the disconnect? I know you got thrown in there, but can you kind of explain to people like what happened with that?
So one of the judges of Fulton County, which is the county seat of Atlanta, the county that Atlanta sits in, she has a program that she does. It's called the Peace Pledge, where we get different artists to do a peace pledge to encourage young people to abstain from gun violence and violence, period. So she called me up and said, YoungBoy was coming to town. Could I possibly make something happen to get him? Because she knew how much. She knew about his lyrics. She knew that his past was on. He won actually.
Shout out NBA.
He won exactly no Christian rapper, his past lyrics or even now. But she wanted to utilize his voice to get to the young people, even if it just affected a few people, to get them to stop kicking indoors and doing whatever. So I made the calls that I make, connecting the dots. And his team was like, yeah, let's do it. In between that, a couple of other elected officials, one of our state senators and one of the county commissioners said they wanted to get involved and do a proclamation, give him a proclamation. So when we first put it together, we were just going to do something intimate backstage.
Right.
Maybe have, one or two news outlets come and, take some pictures. But when we got there, they said, we want to bring y'all on stage. I said, oh, cool. In front of how many? 20,000 plus people. So they come up to the suite, bring us down. I'm walking you through the whole thing.
Go ahead.
So my boy, who's the tour manager, comes and hands me the mic. I said, bro, what? I said, nah. He was like, these are your people. Introduce them on stage. I said, bro, you introduce. He was like, nah, introduce them. Okay, cool. I walk on stage. Hey, I'm Jerry Clark, aka the legendary Jerry. I have a few people. You can watch the video.
I have. Sure.
I want to introduce a few people. This is probate judge Kenya Johnson of Fulton County. This is State Rep Inga Willis. This is Fulton County Commissioner Marvin Arrington Jr. Hand him the mic. The backlash I got, I done sold the city out. OG, I said, damn.
I saw that shit.
All because but this is the elephant in the room. This is really why people were mad. After he did the peace pledge, he went into I don't even know the name of the song where he got a song from the past where he dissed a bunch of Atlanta rappers. So people looked at that as kind of, which the timing was.
That's terrible timing.
It was the timing was terrible to do the peace pledge and to get this proclamation and come right behind that and do the song however many we had walked off stage. So that's really what people were mad about.
But you had no control over that though, bro.
I have no control over
For one, ain't nobody controlling young boy crazy little self.
But, and I will say this, once again, if you watch the video, which I wish it would have went viral, when he was on stage, he had got emotional saying how his past lyrics wasn't the best. He wants to change.
Right.
He was angry. He's saying that on stage, getting emotional in front of 20,000+ people. Now, I don't know how that's going to change in the future. I don't know.
Right.
But for him to express that, saying that he wants to change, his lyrics in the past haven't been the best.
Right.
But I'll say it again. The thing is, why a lot of Atlanta people was mad is because he went from doing a peace pledge and getting a proclamation to going into the song dissing Atlanta artists. So, again, to answer your question, how did legendary Jerry get the backlash?
Yes,
I guess
that's what I want.
Because guess what? If I would have never walked on stage and introduced him, I wouldn't have got nothing. But because I was the one on stage introducing him, boy, people.
But you know what make me mad about our people though? They won't think rational.
They don't.
Like
comprehension is at an all-time low.
Yeah, common sense ain't coming.
Yeah.
It's sad
because when people was asking me why y'all trying to use him, I'm like, right now there's not a bigger artist.
Nobody.
And like I said in previous interviews, you got to meet the youth where they are.
Got to.
And as they say, YNs, he got their ear. And I'm not saying that he could tell them, hey, man, stop kicking in doors, stop robbing folks, take care of your kids, go get your GED. I'm not saying. But if he said, now, if you got the brother from the church, the deacon from the church, or even the coach, one of the coaches of the football team telling the young man, a person to do it versus young boy, who you think they probably going to listen to?
Young boy.
Come on, man. Unfortunately, it's like that. It should be one of the community leaders. It should be the brother, the deacon at the church. But they're going to listen to young boy. So that's all we were trying to do is take a voice that could get the youth and turn it into something. Even though, I mean, I understand his past lyrics and his songs. He said some stuff, but
you know what though? It's the same thing I tell people about Ja. Imagine if they had a camera when we was 24, 25, 26. Like young boy is.
I'm so glad there wasn't no cameras on.
This is the thing I try to tell my people.
I'm glad there wasn't none around was Freaknik.
On it. Can we be serious for a minute? Because we're going to talk about that too if you hold on.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
I know your podcast is the shit, and you.
And I hadn't taped in a while, man. This is motivating me to get back to taping my show.
Okay, but let me get there.
Okay, go ahead, get there then.
Okay, so listen.
Get there, Playboy.
This is one thing about my podcast. We don't do no negativity. We don't really hate on nobody. We just tell the truth. And I tell all the leaders that I meet with in the neighborhood, I say, listen, it's cool to bring an NBA young boy down. It's cool to bring a Chris Brown down or a Ja Morant somewhere and have them speak to the youth. But once they finish speaking to the youth, they're going right back to the neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So when they go back to the neighborhood, they got a vice lord here. They got a GD there. And that's who's in their ear 99% of the time. So if we don't change the whole narrative,
you are.
It's never going to work. You feel what I'm saying?
We got to deprogram and then reprogram.
Yeah. But listen, this is the key. I tell people all the time, y'all could be mad as y'all want to at Trump. He just making all his homeboy rich and doing what you supposed to do when you get in there, and he's just unapologetic for it. Do I like it? No. Yeah. But guess what? The same thing LeBron did, he used himself to get his son a job. Now his son is starting to fit in. You just want to give somebody one up. So we got to go to the kids and reprogram those who we can, teach them a trade. All you gang members out there, I used to tell my little partner that was a gang member all the time. I say, if you over 400 people, let's teach them how to change tires. Let's teach them how to frame.
Electrician.
Let's teach them. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mechanic.
imagine.
You know my partners that do heating and air, how much money they make?
Man, I know. I just hired a heating and air guy. Yeah, I
your plumber at the house that we just he probably how much money. Well, I know you know.
Yeah, I definitely.
So
know.
why?
If not, she knows for sure how much we give them. We give them a substantial amount of money a year. But I'm trying to tell them too. Not only that, think of how many guys we've lost to, oh, he got my cousin, I got to get his cousin. Oh, he got my. Imagine if we never stop. So imagine
it's just like
if we
with
going
Thug and
out.
Lucci. If they wouldn't have went to jail, both of them, and I don't wish prison on nobody.
Right.
But who knows? Some of this stuff in the city of Atlanta might have still been going. But now look, it's squashed.
Yeah.
You know, they got a song together. Hey.
So what you think about your boy Thug? Like they kind of trying to poster him as a snitch and all that type of stuff. What you?
Like we just said a minute ago, man. No matter what you do, and I stay away from all that snitching allegations.
It's tough.
Hey man, I stay away from all that stuff.
Got to.
I stay away from it when I read up on it because our community, we gotta really. Some of the things that we really concern ourselves with and
Come on.
Like it's like, just to be real, it's like some silly shit.
Come on,
man.
sucker shit.
Yeah, it's like really silly, man. And the things that we consider to be, and I'm not talking about the Thug situation, but the things just in regular everyday life that we consider to be snitching. Like I was talking to a young man at the barbershop and he was like, yeah, man, my homeboy was sitting in the car with his 2 kids and a dude came out and got to arguing with him about something. He didn't even know him and killed him in front of his 2 kids. I was like, damn. He said, yeah, everybody in the neighborhood know who dude is. I said, he killed your homeboy in front of me. I said, you know what kind of trauma that's causing them kids?
Facts forever.
And he go say, man, I ain't saying nothing, that's snitching.
Make it make sense. You know what's even worse than that? That could have been his brother and he still wouldn't have snitched probably.
And those 2, the kids, man, the kids was in the car. And he said, that's when I said, the black community, we got to, what we consider snitching and tell, man, what?
But you know what I used to tell my sons? I say, listen, at some point, you got to understand, hey, I got my 2 kids with me. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
sometimes
I don't know the ins and outs.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even though we don't, it's like when all that stuff was going on with George Floyd, I told my son, I said, you get pulled over, put your hands 10 and 2, roll your windows all the way down. I say, yes, I know, sir. I say, y'all are trying to say I know my rights and I know the laws and you end up dying. No, hey, just take that little disrespect that you feel.
It's interesting
and
you
get
said
home.
that. My son got pulled over. I tell him, roll the window down, get your license, put both hands out with your license.
Yep.
He got pulled over. This was a couple years ago. He's 23 now. He said, Dad, I get pulled over. I did what you said. He said, I was cool. I talked. And I'm not saying this always works because there's be some cops that be on that bullshit. But he said the officer gave him a warning. You know, I got pulled over just a few weeks ago. Rolled when it was at night. It was late. Put both my hands out.
Turn the dash light on.
Lights in between the 2 feet.
Better believe it.
He walked up. He said, "Thank you for doing that. This is what I pulled you over." Blah blah blah. He said, "But I'm gonna give you a warning. Have a good night."
I've had the same thing.
I'm putting both of them hands out with my license right here.
I'm gonna tell you how cold I be. When I get pulled over, if it's at nighttime, I'm turning that dome light on. I got my license, my gun license. I'm handing it out the window. Sir, my gun is blah 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 blah. Here you go.
Yeah, man. I'm putting both hands out the window, bro.
The law told me the second I see your license and your gun license, I know you obey the law.
Yeah.
He said, because you're supposed to put both of them out simultaneously. He's saying that I also know you're not a felon because you have a gun license. You also told me you had a gun in the car and where it's at. He said, so I'm immediately at ease right then. He said, and that's when we can start our conversation.
Exactly.
We just have to start our community. Man. Our community, and listen, this is, I really want you to think about this. Our kids have been taught, for one, that the police are bad, and for 2, that you got to be tough.
What a combination.
Exactly. And I'm so sick of that shit.
Of course, you throw in the fact that a lot of these young men, they move with emotion. They didn't have no father around, no male figure.
Yep.
So you throw in the emotion.
Yeah.
You throw in an emotional young man to what you just said. And that's a recipe for
disaster,
bro. You
no
throw
other
that
way.
in because a lot of these young men, they move with too much emotion.
Yeah.
You got to remove
like
the emotions.
Like you was when I was in front of the TV when George was getting their ass whooped.
Yeah, I was definitely emotional.
That kind of emotion.
Yeah,
is,
we keep losing to Alabama. I'm emotional.
So listen, I want to. Let me tell you where I want to go.
Where we going?
I want to take. Listen. I want to go back 94 to 97 in this place called Atlanta.
I'm about to get emotional and start crying.
Hush. Hold on. I want to take you back. I want you to take me back to your favorite Freaknik in your city.
I'm about to start crying, man. About to cry.
Because, we had the Kappa Beach party.
I used to come down there.
Listen, the Kappa what made me marry my wife. Because I
thought Kappa Beach parties was nothing like Freaknik.
We went to the Freakniks too, nigga. What you talking about? Hold on now.
I rank them Freaknik number 1.
Of course. We rank Freaknik number 1.
Black Beach Weekend in Daytona.
Daytona, number 2. Okay, we on the same page.
I used to like Greek Fest. I used to like Kappa. Well,
what was Greek Fest at?
Up in Virginia.
I never went there.
Yeah.
I never went there.
I thought y'all called it Kappa Luau.
Kappa Beach party.
Yeah, Kappa Beach party.
No,
okay,
baby.
But I'm gonna tell you, here's one that y'all probably don't know about because we in Georgia. That Orange Crush out in Savannah, Tybee Island.
I've never been there.
It was all 3 in April. Like I had my whole April. My birthday in April, I had all of them. Freaknik, Black Daytona Black Beach Weekend was the first week of April.
Daytona was tough.
Freaknik, and then at the end of April, beginning of May was Orange Crush. And let me tell you something.
How many rubbers you went through during that period? Man, that month.
Hey, man, I was a virgin up until I get married.
This nigga here, bro. This is a truth telling. Come on, bro. We can't be politically correct about everything, bro.
Who said I'm politically correct, man?
36
I'm politically incorrect.
36 pack.
Man, I don't. Hey, bro, let me say. Hold on. Clean up my surgery.
Oh, you was meat to meat.
Damn. Pause.
He didn't use no rubbers. He got 17 kids out there he don't know about.
Says the person who's got about 9.
I know about all them motherfuckers.
Says the person. So
hey, I know about all them.
I'm sitting next to Raw Dog Randy. Yeah, now since you want to go look, this is how we do. This is how legendary Jerry Corside Unk do. Says the dude with a whole
that nigga said,
got a whole crew.
That nigga said Raw Dog Randy. That was
Raw
a good
Dog Randy, boy.
That was a good one.
Oh boy!
But he still ain't asked the question though.
94 and 95 Freakniks were so life changing for me on so.
I went 95.
That was a great. That Freaknik, those 2 Freakniks were really life changing for me on so many different levels. Not just because of the beautiful women that I met.
You had to put together so many events and stuff during that time too.
I definitely had artists in town.
How many shows did y'all have during that week?
Every artist on labels that I was working for then, they were in town.
That's crazy.
They were in town. And it was just, as they throw around black excellence, even though,
so good.
People don't realize that until later you have to watch the Freaknik documentary. Those early Freakniks, like early 90s to like 95, there weren't really no incidents like that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, and you got all these young folks converging on the city, but it really wasn't no incidents, man. It was just
love.
Just everybody.
It was love, bro.
Everybody kicking it, drinking, open containers. APD really wasn't tripping. It's sitting in traffic. It was just a lot of fun.
Sitting outside your car in traffic.
Yeah, then later in the later 90s when it started getting, it started getting a little.
It was the same thing for Kappa Beach Party because 96 was the last one I went to. And after that, it was horrible, bro.
Yeah,
they was down there fighting all the time.
Yeah, you start seeing the change culturally.
Yeah, but it was
people
crazy.
That attended. Like before Freaknik, I mean, of course, it was mainly college students from around. But then later, it was just Larry from the liquor store driving in from, from
Detroit.
From Detroit or Chicago or D.C. So it definitely was a different crowd.
I remember 95. I remember 95 so vividly because 94 we had really just started getting the Dauphine cars. You know what I'm saying? Where you give them, you know what I'm saying? You be able to keep the car for the weekend. 95, we was in our own shit.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? And you could drive to Atlanta for the Freaknik. You could drive to Galveston for the Kappa.
Yeah.
You had RIP Fat Pat. You had Hawk them. You had all them. It's freestyling on the board. Like it's just a different atmosphere, man. Like nobody was tripping. I'm talking about Sterling against Yates. It's like, oh, everybody's together. And we finna play each other and try to kill each other a week later, but it's like everybody is in. We didn't
realize how great those days.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I don't know about Kappa, but like I say, it wasn't no incidents.
Nah, man. Like Kappa was great. I took all my football team down 95, 90. It was just great.
Yeah, man.
We had them Suburbans.
I've had people ask me all the time, "Could Freaknik?" No, heck no.
Could he come back?
No,
absolutely not. No way. No, Kappa couldn't either.
This a different breed.
It's too many guns.
And not just that. This a different breed of young folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be on that generational.
It's the truth
shit,
though.
But these young folk different, man.
It's the truth.
These young folk different.
And
excuse me.
What I'm so upset about is they're different because they had absolutely really no love. It's such a lack of love in our community. Yeah. And I think about when we was growing up. You know what I'm saying, bro? You had Big Mama that probably wasn't even your Big Mama. You had 15 aunties in the neighborhood. You know the most intricate part of a fucking neighborhood was the goddamn candy lady, bro.
Boy, everybody went there.
The candy lady, bro.
And
when them niggas started robbing the candy lady, I knew shit was over with. Bro, Big Mama sitting out there, it was like 7 Big Mamas when you walking home. You're gonna hug. You're gonna go on every porch.
And you think about our generation was really like we had the most latchkey kids. We had to come in, open the door for ourselves, go in, start our own homework, maybe throw some Pop-Tarts in the like. So you think about it, and we still here talking like this. So you can only see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Now,
but I just remember
all the women, all the moms, they want to be city girls.
Yep.
The dads want to be rappers and dope boys.
Yeah.
Like
I just remember coming home. I just remember coming home like, and you're gonna hug 5 or 6 different old ladies. You're gonna walk somebody across the street,
and they would all discipline you.
God, discipline is an understatement. They would beat your ass, bro. Think about it. Back in the day, you would get a paddle in school from the PE coach. You get your ass whooped by the principal probably. Everybody in the neighborhood gonna know about it by the time you got home.
It ain't no more corporal punishment.
No, bro.
You'll have 1,000 lawsuits a day.
Yeah, but think about it, bro. When we get into it, everybody in the neighborhood go to the back. Everybody go to the back of the house. You fight and you friends the next day. I literally have fought every one of my friends, bro. And we like this now. Now, put your hands on one of these young kids. They gonna put a switch on you. Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Shit's unreal, bro. You can't even tell.
But let me ask you a question. And I know this is your show. I'm not trying to take over your show.
Are you good?
Is it part of our fault?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
That we make these kids soft? That we give them everything they want?
For sure, yeah.
Not just what they needed, everything they want.
For sure.
Because
I know with my kids for sure.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
The lack of accountability, and it baffles me watching these young folks. Is just like we said, comprehension is an all-time low. Accountability is really an all-time low.
Participation awards
is everybody else's fault.
Yep.
It's not it's not their fault. Everything is our fault.
I just went through that.
And
for sure.
I'm still going through it.
For sure.
I'm still going through it. And I look back on it, I'll be like, damn, what did I do in raising? Like, where did I go wrong?
Yep.
But then again, we can't beat ourselves up because these they 25, 27, 28. Hey, you grown now.
You know the crazy part is so again, I was unfortunate enough to have so many different baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people all the time, the reason I had so many kids was because coming up during those ages, I didn't know what love was. You feel what I'm saying? I grew up in a household.
You didn't know what contraception was either.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Listen, you told me you love me. I'm nutting all in. It was just terrible. It was terrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. That's why I know.
This is live with Courtside.
That's why I know. That's why I know I married the right woman. Because
let me say this. And I was about to say that. Even after all that, to see who you're with now, bro, you done hit the.
I got it right. Yeah, for sure. But again, though, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that Capitol Beach party. It'd be several times. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit her this time. We finally, and she be like, nah, we not having sex. I see you. We gonna kick it. That's the reason I married who I married. Everybody else was giving it up. She was like, nah, we gonna wait. I'm like, goddamn, how many times can we be alone before I get some? Like, it's like 45. I'm sick of this shit.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. I was trying everything too. All the shit to work with everybody else.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But look at you now. Now you got a wife, a
I get it anytime I want now.
Business partner.
Yeah, man. My dog, my nigga.
Smart than a mug.
Yeah, they always be like, who if you had to go to war, who you gonna take with you?
Make you look smarter.
Yeah. And then too, going back to the kids though, you gotta think, bro, even when me and my wife went through stuff, I still can go pick up my daughter. She never talked about me to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So my daughter with my wife, we were the hardest on. Cool. I wanna last. Yeah, he good. He got to play light. Yeah, so I look good. You know the one thing that I respect the most about you is your transparency.
Yes.
When we were sitting talking, everybody hears about your highs. Nobody hears about what you overcame. I want to take the next 5-10 minutes talking about how you overcame, how you were set up.
Overcoming.
Huh?
Still overcoming.
But I don't hear you make no excuses about it. When you explained to me what went on, I didn't even know until you explained to me. And you was like, hey, let me tell you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you told me, I was like, damn, I would have never knew that.
I'm assuming you're talking about me going to federal
prison. Your case. Yeah. Can you, let's talk about that.
You just mentioned transparency a minute ago. We just talked about accountability. And those are two things that I definitely stand on. I had to go do 9 months in federal prison for $3,500 for a bribe. It was illegal, so I can't. Oh man, it was illegal, so I had to stand on it and go do my time. It was a lot going on in my life, so that was a real tough, rough patch of my life as far as a lot of things going on. My daddy, I got sentenced to prison on January 20th, 2016. Left the federal courthouse and went to the hospital. My daddy was pretty much dead. He wasn't pronounced dead till a few days later, but he was dead that day. So losing him the same day, the year previous, I had went through a divorce. Financially, things had got rough. I made great money in my career, great money, but then I hit some rough patches. So money had got tight. So it was that storm was something that taught me a lot. It taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about people that I had in my circle.
Come on now.
People that looked at me for just what I could do for them. And, to this day, it has helped me be the person that I am.
Facts.
Because, like I say, throughout that storm, and it's something, and we spoke about her earlier because she was the one who brought me in to work with Outcast, Dr. Sherry Riley. I remember before I went to federal prison, she called me early. It was like 5 a.m. I didn't feel like talking. I was in a deep depression. My daddy had just died. I was going to prison. Money got tight, coming off a crazy divorce. And she said, Jerry, what is synonymous with 9 months? And I said, childbirth. Why? She said, because this whole ordeal is about the birth a new Jerry Clark, a new you.
Come on. And
it's definitely has birthed a new me. Like I say, it has taught me a lot. Sometimes when you're going through life and God knocks you down, he knocks you down to your knees so you could pray.
Come on, man.
And I've done a lot of praying in my life. And, like I said at the beginning of this show, the reason me and you here is all because of God's alignment. It's alignment from God.
Oh, God.
And frequent. I mean, and to be real, our frequencies match too.
For sure.
Yeah, we aligned. No matter whether we make $1 or $1 million or we don't make none, regardless, it's an alignment.
Thanks.
And but that storm was it was rough. It was rough. It was definitely rough. It was something that it taught me a lot. Like I said, it taught me a lot. But look at it. I'm here right now. I still look great.
Dude.
I'm still it don't get no cooler than this. So, God brought me through and out of that storm, and he's still restoring me. what they say, restore you 7 times.
Come on, man.
He's 700, 7,000. Because when I was down and when that storm, and what I wasn't expecting is some of the people who I thought was friends. If I got a little tattered and frayed umbrella going through the storm, I don't expect you to give me a new umbrella, but don't take my little tattered and worn umbrella from me.
Come on, man.
And that's what taught me a lot about the people that I had around me.
Yeah.
You know, so
especially the one that told on you.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah. But you know, people like that, hey man, everything is, I'm not wishing no bad. Let me say, I'm not wishing no bad on him. It just you
get what you get in universe.
You get what you get, man.
Yeah, you get what you get in universe.
But it's definitely one thing, and I tell my kids this all the time, and I tell women that I've dealt with as well, is that I don't want to just feel like a transaction.
Facts. Come on. I went
through a lot of my life,
man,
being,
a transaction.
A transaction. I made great money. I saw how different things worked out when money got tight, and I'll say it again. That's what taught me that I was just a transaction to a lot of people.
Yeah,
and it hurt.
That's hurtful, man. I was very hurtful. Say that's hurtful.
It's hurtful.
That's especially with your kids. Especially with your kids.
It's the worst with your kids because you like, damn. So if I don't do something, you go block me on social media. You go block me on my phone, and you ain't gonna talk to me for months or even a year because of something that I didn't do for you financially.
Yeah, bro.
So dad is just a transaction. I'll say this, and I'm not a pity party, woe is me type of dude, but I tell people all the time, being a father, you the last to be thanked, first to be blamed.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Last to be thanked, first to be blamed, because anytime we have the smallest misstep, and I know your kids, they go block you and talk about you, and my daddy ain't this, and it's sad. And a lot of, like I say, a little bit of it we can blame on ourselves, but at the same time, like I had to tell one of my children, it shows like you I thought I raised you right and did the best job I could, but now you're showing a lack of character by some of the things you're doing.
Right.
And that ain't no dad.
But you know what, too, though? Listen, I just recently started back talking to my youngest. We hadn't talked for about a year, and we had a great relate. Listen. We had a great conversation, and she stood on business. She was like, "No, Daddy, this didn't know. No, it was me. I had boot camp. Listen, she's in the Navy. Thank you for your service, baby. My baby is in the Navy. That you just met at the game the other night, right? So she was like, Daddy, you didn't do nothing wrong. She was like, that was me. She said, but when I went to boot camp, I missed you. I miss Miss King. I missed y'all's parenting. I missed y'all parenting. I missed
how good that is to hear.
Yeah, bro. Like she was like, I missed the texts about this. Like, and I told my wife because soon as my daughter landed, she texted my wife and she texted my daughter. And we were going to the game. And we seen the texts simultaneously come in, and I was like, she fell right back into place. She want that guidance. She want that structure. She want that responsibility. And she fell right back into place, bro.
That's
and it's the best feeling in the world because
some of those older kids can do the same thing.
That's not going to happen. Because let me tell you why, though.
Lack of accountability. Bro.
Not just that, though, bro. They don't even understand that they're wrong.
And that's what's hurtful.
It ain't even about accountability. They don't even understand it.
That's what hurts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what hurts.
And we can't blame ourselves because let me tell you why we can't blame ourselves. You had a father. I didn't have no father. I didn't have no handbook. I didn't have nobody telling me, hey, son, if you like my son just had his first daughter, right? He just had his first child. And I was able to have so many conversations. Son, you want to do this? Hold her head like this. You want to do this? Let her feel your skin. Let her touch you. You know what I'm saying? And my son,
that's
the
a true
other day,
testament of the type man you are. To show that your girlfriend be able to talk about how, look, man, I didn't know.
I didn't know shit.
It ain't no YouTube tutorial on how to be a daddy. Bro. It ain't no handbook when the hospital be like, here.
Bro, it was so hard coming up, and I tell people all the time, I say, listen, bro, coming up, I had so many kids because I had so much access because I had no parenting really.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to my mama, did the best she knew how to do. And I was just able in the last 5 or so years, she been gone 10 years, able to forgive her through counseling because you want to know.
Counseling is important.
How can you leave? Yeah. How can you leave for 3 days? How can you do? She don't know no better. She's out trying to live out like she had me at fucking 15 years old.
See, and you're just saying that trauma you experienced, you are man enough and smart enough to be like, man, I'm not gonna keep generation after generation.
No, sir.
So kudos to you for breaking it.
Appreciate that. Yeah, for sure.
For breaking it.
Yeah, for
By
sure.
going to therapy and realizing this ain't how it's supposed to be, no matter how much money I got.
Hey, and listen, I really want to make this point to my people that are watching. I went to counseling for 3 years, man. And I told you, I told my wife, I said, hey, listen, I need to talk to somebody, because I knew I was snapping fast. I was pissed off. I was mad. I was agitated. And I knew something was wrong with me. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And that's as men, we have to have a safe space to be able to talk to men. You know what I'm saying?
Black men, we don't have that, bro.
Bro, I got a friend of mine, and one friend of mine, he committed suicide after me talking to him. He told me, this was New Year's. He was like, bro, I'm the happiest I ever been in my life. I got 800 something rental units. Blah, blah, blah. We making this a month, man. We finna do some business together and blah, blah. He's like, bro, I've never been this happy. 2 days later, he killed himself, bro. So now all my friends, they'll tell you, like with you, I FaceTime now. How many times I FaceTime? Anytime I call,
most of the time
I basically FaceTime. I need to see you. You know what I'm saying? I need to see your face and see what's really going on. Because behind that line, you can tell me any fucking thing. I can see pain in your face.
And a lot of time, that's what we do. We, as black men, we have so much on us and we don't have a safe space.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying you, because I already know the type of woman that you married to.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of times that we go to our woman and they'll use that against us. Shit, down the road.
You better believe it.
Come on. Or it's like who can we be vulnerable with? Who can we say, man, it's just right now I ain't feeling good.
I'm gonna tell you too though. I wanna first off give much props to my wife. I've never had that.
Man, that's
my wife has never.
You better not ever let her go.
The thing about it is, I tell my daughter, and I tell my girls all the time. I say, listen. I say, I go home at night because that's where I want to be. Mm-hmm. I've always had a safe space. It's been some years where she had to pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? It's been some times where we were struggling.
Oh, she ain't say, oh, we ain't doing that 50-50. Oh, you ain't no provider. She ain't make you feel less than.
Nah, bro. I'm going to tell you.
I'm going to say it again. She never made you feel less
never.
than.
I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to be really transparent. We had 3 months, I think she had to pay the bills. Some stuff that went on with my family. They had took something they ain't had no business taking. And she went and got hard money loans. I was like, baby, I need 2 months. And my wife will tell you right now, she don't know. My wife don't.
Candace knew that you got it once, you able to get it again.
Yeah, but let me tell you something, though. This is the thing, though. A lot of men have women when shit's good. You get what I'm saying?
But go through a storm, you go really see.
Go through a storm. I told my and she knew what happened, and it was out of my control. And the crazy part is, she never once brought that shit up again. She never once mentioned that shit. She never once demasculated me. She never once did nothing but be graceful. And I tell people all the time, I say, that's why she get to take the trip. That's why she get to live the life she lived. She told one of her homegirls one time, her homegirl was like, blah, 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 blah. She said, well, honey, I'm kept. She said, I don't pay no bills. I don't this, I don't that.
And kept is not just a financial thing for those.
Facts. Come on, talk.
It's more than that.
Yeah, bro.
Because she's emotionally kept. She's spiritually kept. And the finances is, she's financially kept too. So when people hear kept, the only thing they ever think about
is monetary.
Yeah.
But you got to think again. My wife got me to praying. Bro, I don't do nothing without what's the first thing I do, bro? When I get up in the morning, bro, the first thing I do is go to our prayer room and pray.
You better.
The first thing. I'm gonna tell you something too. I want to shout out Desiree Allen, Tony Allen's wife. We had a conversation the other day, and she said, Charles, I want you to start doing this here for me. She said, I know you're a praying man. She said, but I want you to start listening to God. She said, when you finish your prayer, she said, give God a little time to talk. She said, I want you to start listening to what God says. She said, because a lot of time we have a one-way conversation with God, and we just tell him what we want. Tell him, thank you for this, thank you for that. Yeah. We don't listen to him. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I tell her all the time, I say, she reminds me of my wife so much because they grace beats them to the room, bro. I don't care. And she was furious at me. But she said, as my brother, I have to call and tell you how I feel emotionally. I can't let it fester up in me. She say, now I may say some things you don't like, but it's all from love and from the heart. Bro, if we as men start allowing our women to lead in certain areas of our life, bro, our life will be a lot better. I'm not saying I'm gonna be perfect. I'm not saying she gonna be perfect, but the shit she runs, I allow her to run it all the way. What I was telling you on the way over here, she going to get a broker's license. We are constant evolving. We're constantly growing. And is everything always good? Bro, be sometimes I gotta pay $300,000-$400,000 at a time, and I may have $301,000 in the bank. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Listen, bro, if I ain't shaking, you shouldn't be shook. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? I'll wear American Express card out for 30 days. I'll wear Capital One out for 30 days because I know what's coming in the morning. Mm-hmm. I never pray and worry, bro. I never do.
That's deep.
And I'm never going to be perfect, bro, but I'm going to be a motherfucking monster all the time. I'm going to be about mine. My people ain't never going to ever, you can ask him, you're never going to worry about what it is with me. I'm going to tell you exactly what it is, and I'm going to stand on that.
That's the perfect
I'm going to stand on that.
That's the perfect way to wrap this show up right there. Man, thank you, bro. God has been great. God has been great.
Courtside, I don't care, man. It's been a very hard week. Been a very great week as well. We got a lot of chance to learn things, man. I also had my good friend, man, legendary Jerry. Took time out of his schedule, man, to come down here. He's taught me a lot.
I love being here. I love this dialogue as two grown men.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you for having me.
We're going to have him back on when I'm monetized.
Which is soon. You ain't got to monetize it. Have me back whenever I come.
Straight up. He going to be down here because his family from Memphis, so he going to be down here a lot. Memphis. Shout out to the Grizzlies for looking out for us last night, man. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you. And look, everybody. Right here. Prime Global Group. Courtside Unc, legendary Jerry. We signing off.